Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live show. My name is David. I run the GFL station, and we are broadcasting tonight to our YouTube audience and also live for the first time to our Patreon community. Blessings to you all. Thank you for joining me and us tonight. There will be a little slideshow presentation in a bit, followed by a global mass meditation journey. And we've got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on. And there is quite a significant amount of energy that is being felt right now by the collective. We have some very big disclosure drops coming. We're going to get into that tonight a little bit. And really just a conversation and a gathering with you all. So for those of you who wonder where we've gone on YouTube, we are still very much alive and kicking. Our little team of channelers and people. We are moving across to Patreon now, and we have been there for about a week. And it's a very special, cool community place to hang out. So we do hope you'll join us with that as part of our commitment to our regular YouTube audience and our amazing YouTube audience. I'm just going to monitor the live chat here on Patreon, so excuse me. Because I don't think Restream is going to show the Patreon chat in the window here. So I'm going to have to monitor the Patreon chat a little bit separately. Let's see here. I just want to make sure that this is going live. So bear with me a moment. I'm just managing two streams here. And we'll pick up where I just mentioned in a second. Hold on. Let's see. Doesn't seem to be streaming through to Patreon. So let's just make sure. Oh, there we go. You have to start that in screen here. Okay, we've now got Patreon streaming. We've got YouTube streaming. We are good. So just a quick message to our Patreon subscribers. I can't monitor the live chat in the same window, so I'll go back and forth a bit. But yeah, tonight is a powerful show. I've got planned for you. We've got some Archangel Michael teachings coming up in just a bit. And we do want to continue to contribute to our YouTube audience. We're very, very blessed to have used the YouTube platform for a number of years, for 4, 5 years, whatever it's been now. We do require, due to the scale of our operation now and paying people and using professional tools, quite a bit of revenue to keep going. And we were relying on ad revenue from YouTube to do that. And now we don't have that anymore, as they demonetized us recently very suddenly without warning and denied our appeals. So we had to pivot very, very quickly. And we have now moved to Patreon more full-time. We've got a lot of amazing content, a lot of collaborations and collaborative material to come on that platform. But we will still be posting a little bit to YouTube because I know you guys are still here on YouTube, and we want to be able to serve as many people as we can. So let's get started here. We are in a window of disclosure whereby we are entering a time on Earth where we have never experienced the things that are about to happen. Now, that is quite a significant thing because we've already been through quite a lot in all of our human lives, but we are about to pull the curtain back collectively. Now, as I mentioned, the disclosure elements tonight, one of you commented in the chat a moment ago, and you're absolutely right. The true disclosure is us. It's us awakening to our Godhead, to our brilliance, to our genius, to our Christed awakening, and reactivating that template. Having said that, we do have to hold some responsibility for the keepers of frequency that we are. And in order to do that, we have to keep an eye on world events a little bit, not be drawn into the negative side of them or be affected by the maelstrom of energies, but we do keep an eye on it. And there is going to be a little bit of fallout from the coming disclosure, which is very, very positive in my eyes, because the entire paradigm of Earth is about to change. You're not really going to believe how much it's going to change. We've talked about this in the disclosure community for quite a while. And let's just make sure you can hear me on Patreon here. I believe you can. No one's commenting that you can't. Um, well, where was my mind going then? The shift that's going to happen is basically uh, a transference from living by material means to living by spirit. And until that happens, there's going to be some revelations that allow humanity to move into a galactic civilization. Okay, now I got to be a little bit careful about what I share here because it is a quite a delicate time where the negative factions are trying to keep quiet individuals, and we know all about that. We did a show on that last week a little bit with David Wilcock and what have you. But I will say this is that we are the leaders of the new earth, and that's how we're going to kick off tonight's show. And I want to show you a graphic here. So take a look at this graphic, and this is not fully accurate, but it's the best I could do with artificial intelligence. And for me, if you look at the "you are here" element, we are heading into this sort of disclosure and first contact window from 2026 to 2030. This golden pathway represents the timeline here. And that big Earth in the middle is where the new Earth paradigm is going to be. And you who are listening to this are very likely on a fast track to that new Earth. Now, you'll notice a divergence in the main timeline here, representing kind of a split or a separate branch timeline off into more of a parallel Earth, which is sort of a lower fourth density Earth, but it's still sort of a Star Trek type scenario. So that Earth is still going to be in liberation. Okay. It is still going to be a very high vibe place to be. But the new Earth is going to be something very different. And it's going to be containing a lot less people. But this branch off in the timeline is going to really, we're going to be part of that for quite a while until there's some kind of a solar flash or event. And we move higher into this bigger Earth or this more crystalline version of Earth, where many have actually already gone. Now, I can't sort of predict that it's going to happen exactly like this, but we do know that there is a version of that reality that is going to happen. It's been prophesized for many, many thousands of years, and our ancestors and past iterations of humanity have shared that with us. And not to mention, we've all had visions and dreams and all kinds of stuff, QHHT sessions, you name it, that represent a version of that reality. Now, before we get started on today's slideshow, I want to play you a clip. Now, this clip is from a movie called Midnight Special. And when I talk about this is the ending of the movie, so if you want to watch it, I'm probably going to ruin it for you, but it's a very special little clip. It's about a 4-minute clip I'm going to play. And for me, I've never seen a movie represent the overlay of the two Earths better than this. It's very, very powerful. And I want you to just sort of drink it in and tell me what you feel after. Because I do think the two Earth scenario that I mentioned, there's going to be sort of a dimensional overlay, and you are going to be able to visit the older Earth, if you like, or the parallel Earth, but it's going to be a lot different. So I'm going to just cue this up for you, and I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to play this clip for you right now. Here we go. Share screen, window. Okay. Let's just make sure I do this right. So let me just leave this a second. Hold on a moment. Okay. Here we go. So just watch this for a minute. Let me just hold on. I'll just start this again. If you can't hear the audio here, guys, just let me know. I want to make sure that this is turned on for the audio here. I do think you will be able to hear the audio. Let's just make sure you can. I'm just going to stop this and start it again. Hold on. Also share tab audio. Yes, that's on. Okay, here we go. I don't think we have any audio on this, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to play the clip without it and then try and play it again because the visuals is all you need. And this will allow you to watch it back because you won't have the audio. But I love what they do here with the overlay of the new Earth. So just watch it. Don't worry about the audio for a minute. And then boom, the new Earth is no longer visible. Okay. Sorry about the audio, guys. I'm not sure. There's something that I did not click on that for some reason. It wasn't showing you the audio, but I wanted to show you that clip. And I'm going to leave a link in the description for you to check out that movie because it's a wonderful depiction. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but this boy at the end there, her son, he makes his transition, doesn't not through the physical death, but he makes his transition into the new earth. And someone who wrote this movie knew all about what's coming. There's no question about that because I'd had visions of this before I watched the movie. And so watching it, I got like chills and oh my goodness, it's amazing. So I wanted to share that with you from that graphic of the new earth because I do think that we are headed into um, a reality. And I'm sharing this because when things start to happen, it's going to be quite alarming. It's very different from the way that we live our life right now. Um, that you're just familiar with at least some of the things that they could be. So it's not too shocking to your nervous system and mine. um, but yeah, I do think we're heading into a reality whereby a number of us are going to do exactly what you just saw and shift into a different paradigm. And that sort of timelined Earth that I showed you on the right here of this graphic on the right, I do think that will be the continuation of this Earth that we're in right now. Now, again, I don't know that for sure. It's not to say that we should be trying to get somewhere or anything like that. The point of power is in the present moment. But I'm just sharing this because things could unravel quite quickly. And I want to make sure we're all just aware and holding the space for when things do drop. Okay, let's get through a slideshow because I want to get to this meditation at the end here. All hands on deck. Okay, let me just check out my Patreon community here. Yeah, I'm not sure that sorry, just reading some comments. Audio wasn't working. Yeah, I'm not sure if the audio was working on the video, guys, but that would encourage you to go and watch it. I think it's I don't know if you have to rent the movie or what, but it's well worth watching. It's kind of a bit of a powerful movie. It's a little bit dark, a little bit of an intense, not dark, maybe more intense. And that the ending is just very, very amazing. But I won't ruin it for you. All hands on deck. Okay. So we're heading into a time where it does look very much like we're going to get a series of big tiered drops, which are going to be precise. Now, our galactic friends have told us about this for quite a few years, and we are in this place now. We're in the window where we are going to be getting these incredible disclosure drops. And I'm going to get into that a little bit in tonight's slideshow. Some of this information you're well aware of. Some of it may be new to you, either or. Thank you for being here tonight. So President Trump, love him or hate him, of the US recently reiterated the impending release of the UFO files. We're more than likely, you're all aware of that. And it's very likely we can expect to see some big drops of declassified programs and one piece of advanced tech this year, maybe like the MBs, the medbeds in the medical field. Now, I have had rumblings that the military is going to be, or is already testing this for release. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. Space Force is doing some very interesting things that you may not know about, may not have heard about, but it's public knowledge. It's not secret program or black budget stuff. It's actually quite public knowledge, what I'm going to share with you. And when you join the dots, it's clear that this is being positioned for probably the first rollout. It's going to be the medbed technologies. We don't know how that's going to look. I will share with you that these are 100% real. In my view, I got to be careful what I share with this next comment, but I can say to you that I have seen one of these in person physically. I have touched one. I have not seen it working or any demonstration of what I saw, so I can't speak to that. But I can say that the individual that showed me this technology was credible, and that's all I can say. So, notwithstanding the whistleblower testimony we've had over the years, I've actually seen one of these. So I know some of you watching this probably have as well. I don't want to go into any depth in what I've just shared, simply because of what's happening right now in the current climate of ufology. And I want to make sure that I don't get into any trouble. So there is that. I do think we are headed towards MBs being dropped very soon here. So we saw this last year, and of course before this, but I want to draw your attention to a message that Kaylin brought forward of one of our team in October last year when we released this message. It's on YouTube, still on YouTube, I believe. When medbeds arrive, essential preparation for 2026 disclosure. Well, guess what? Now we're in it. So an interesting little confirmation bias this from one of our Pleiadian channelers. I love it when this happens because it validates the messages that we're putting forward. It gives you a little bit of a, okay, I know this is real, it's actually happening, and this is legit, at least from my point of view. I don't know about yours. We share these channel messages from our team, and it's kind of a bit wild. And sometimes you go, my God, is all of this real? And anyway, so this was a very powerful message. Please do go and check that out on YouTube if you can find this. I haven't got a link in the description yet, but in the transmission received on the October the 23rd and published to GFL on YouTube, Kaylin speaking on behalf of the Pleiadian Collective through one of our messengers, turned the conversation directly to Medbeds in response to a question. She described healing chambers as long suppressed tech. We all know about that. The transmission frame, the coming rollout, I got Grok to just find this and give me a description from a neutral point of view. This is why it reads like this. The transmission frame from the coming rollout was part of a wider disclosure window opening through 2026. Interesting, because we're here now. Paired with the release of free energy systems and other suppressed innovations, and called on Starseeds and lightworkers to hold the inner coherence needed to receive these gifts as humanity steps into the next phase of its ascension. Now, I will come back to that in a second. One important caveat here to mention is our role as the ground crew, in my opinion, as the vanguard of Gaia, is to not need this technology. Now, that's kind of a crazy statement, seeing as we've been pushing for it for so long. But hear me out. What I mean by that is that everything that's coming out technologically over the next year to 5 years, and maybe even beyond that, we can do through consciousness. That is our number one point of disclosure, all right, is awakening to soul infusion. And soul infusion is not going to happen to you. You're going to have to go through the steps to activate it. And there's going to be catalysts along the way, like activations that you have, trigger points, things like the solar flash. But you're going to have to do the work to activate it. And speaking from someone who's on a path of deep study and practice of mysticism right now, mystical teachings, it's a hell of a path. And when Yeshua said, if he did indeed say this, that the path is straight and narrow and few there shall be that enter, well, I believe that to be true. But the thing is, it's not the chosen few, it's the few that choose. And that's the beautiful thing, is what we always say is the good news is it's all up to you. And the bad news is it's all up to you, right? Which is empowering and also somewhat scary. But I'm bringing this forth today because there's going to be some things that happen with disclosure over the next 6, 12 months and beyond, where people are going to rely on you to be a steady anchor, okay? So let's continue here. So I want you to keep an eye on Space Force, because Space Force has been quite quiet, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes. So let's do a little recap on what Space Force is. Again, I got Brock to give me a little, as neutral as possible. It's kind of a little bit more conspiratorial text there. Description of Space Force. Now, from the secret space program perspective, the US Space Force is the long-planned public face and disclosure vehicle for the real SSP. There's been operating Blackwell fleet, off-world bases, and reverse-engineered ET tech for decades, standing up in 2019 under Trump when he first released this. I remember this. He mentioned the Guardians, which is kind of an interesting label, are the visible bridge crew, while the hidden Navy-led programs handle deep space ops and Galactic Federation alliances. I do believe those are going on. We have a lot of whistleblowers talking about these things right now. So you can read this back. I'm not going to read this whole thing so we can keep moving here. But the important thing is that Space Force is going to come back into the public awareness, I think, in the coming days and weeks and months, because it is going to be the public face of disclosure. So important to mention. Now, there's a number of interesting things. You can go and get Grok or ChatGPT to go and do this. This is what AI is very useful for, to assemble and draw correlating patterns with information that's currently publicly mainstream. And I got Grok to do this. And my question was, if disclosure is happening, can you go and find, and I'm going to paraphrase this, corroborating evidence from a neutrality perspective from Space Force, people like Elon Musk, Donald Trump, to suggest that there is hardwired evidence of things being installed and activated and put into motion, that this is going to happen. And some of the things that came back were like, holy cow, like it's really good at pattern recognition in some cases. So I'm just going to read this really quick here. Starseeds, the Ascension codes are activating now. In February 23rd to 26th this year, Space Force held its inaugural Medicine Stakeholders Summit in Falls Church, Virginia, rolling out the holistic health approach. This is very important. Cognitive performance optimization, biomarkers, wearables. That's an interesting label. And guided heartbeat initiative for peak human. Okay, under the guise of weapon system upgrades, it is a militarial platform. We don't necessarily gravitate towards that as the ground crew, but by April, they dropped the massive Objective Force 2040 plan for 30,000 satellites, AI autonomy, and literal self-healing SATCOM architectures, while May the 1st saw the president nominate Lieutenant General Shees as next CSO, all timed perfectly with the March activation chatter of medbed deployments under US Space Force protection. This is the Galactic Federation's public arm prepping the frequency grid and regenerative tech rollout for the golden age. That's kind of a little bit more my commentary there. But there's some real world things. This is one of them from Space Force that is happening behind the scenes to really validate that medbeds are most likely going to be the first public rollout when it comes to technology. We don't hold that as a guarantee, but it's very, very interesting to draw some connections. And I encourage you to go and get AI to do things like this, to draw correlations and find pattern recognition to represent what is actually coming, which is very interesting to do this. So I highly encourage you to do that. So let's skip forward here. So I'm going to skip past this to something which is coming up right away, which is the new financial system. Now, nothing I share here will be financial advice, so I'll put that disclaimer in there. Please know this. It is important to mention that the inauguration of Donald Trump this year came with one rather large statement among many others, and that was that he was going to make cryptocurrency, the US, the cryptocurrency capital of the world. Now, he said that a number of times since. Now, I'm not for or against Donald Trump. I'm just presenting this neutrally. I find it interesting to watch some of the things that are posted publicly from his administration. And certainly there's no doubt about it. We are heading, we have had revelations and narrative and commentary regarding disclosure above and beyond anything we've ever seen before from any other president, certainly in my lifetime. So that's interesting to me. But the new financial system was always going to run on blockchain technology. This is old Atlantean technology. It is a substrate of that. We'll see how it sort of gets rolled into place. And the QFS has been talked about for many, many years. Ashtar Command has talked about this for a long time. And what's interesting here is that the real world evidence of this is plain to see because cryptocurrency runs on blockchain rails, right? Now, is this going to run on sort of a high-powered satellite system? We're not sure yet. We do know that from our galactic friends, the technology has already been installed and is kind of ready to go. So what does this mean real world for people? Well, when you have people like Elon Musk talking about universal high income, I've done a show on this before, the narrative has very purposely shifted from universal basic income to universal high income. And we're now going to make Star Trek real. I've done a show on this before. You've heard me talk about it. So when you have the real world evidence, I'll get back into this slide in a second, of the quantum financial system coming online with this narrative paired in, there's something happening here. And we don't know truly what that's going to look like. However, I can say this to you with certainty, is that there are two competing narratives right now. One is doom and gloom and scarcity, limitation, supply chain shortages, financial crisis, crashes in real estate markets, etc. And the other is, on the other side of that, completely opposite. It is, we are heading into a golden age. We are heading towards a Star Trek future. And you're not going to need to work in 10 years from now. 10 years is just a number I've thrown out. I don't think 10 years has been used, but probably less than that. in my opinion. So which are you going to buy into? Well, one is illusion and one is more of aligned with abundance and source. Of course, the negative narrative is not going to happen, guys. It's just not. This is a manufactured narrative to try and keep you in lack and limitation. So my advice on this is whenever you see anything of scarcity, of supply chain shortages, of lack and limitation, and get your money out of banks and all this stuff, this is not advice. This is just my personal view, is that you can look at that nutrient and go, that's not my timeline. Source is abundance, and my true nature is the God spark, is source, is the Christos template, which means that I have access to the kingdom. Okay. And the negative timeline is just illusion. So I would highly encourage you to not resist it and create resistance to it, but to anchor into the truth, which is there is only God, there is only Creator, that is the only power in the universe. And so there cannot be fear and God. Okay? There cannot be fear and faith. There cannot be knowing and fear. It cannot be. So be very mindful about what you're consuming right now, energy-wise, information-wise. So I think we've got a 3-stage process leading across the next 12 to 24 months from what I can see. The regulation in terms of getting the mainstream system involved, which is the banks, is passing right through, guys, right now. The Clarity Act, it's being pushed through right now. It's very likely going to be signed in the next little bit here, probably month, 2 months, depending on what happens. But so this is really the green light for the mainstream banks to get involved with custodying stablecoins. I think that a lot of crypto will move into the background, and there'll be some mainline utility type token technologies which remain. I'm not going to comment on what I think they are. We have our own personal holdings based on our beliefs, and I'll be happy to chat with you about that offline. If you are in our Patreon community, shoot me a message. I'll be happy to chat with you about it. I won't do it online because that constitutes financial advice in many community guidelines eyes, and I'm not going to do that. So we have the quantum blockchain Starlink Space Force system. Now, if you look at what Space Force is doing and what Starlink or SpaceX is doing with this technology, there's some very interesting things going on. I highly encourage you to deep dive into this framework, because it seems like the quantum blockchain is going to be run through a system like this, and they're putting it in place right now. In fact, much of it is already put in place. So once these two things kind of sync up, you're going to find that there is a phase 3, which is the universal high income side of things, whereby it will likely be a scenario whereby we'll get a monthly paycheck. You call it from the government if you want, but we'll get a monthly QFS amount that covers basic needs to be determined. This is my opinion. I'm not going to say this is going to happen. I just see what's going on behind the scenes, and I'm drawing conclusions here. And I think they're fair conclusions. And that basic income is going to cover, or high income is going to cover all your needs and more. How soon is that going to happen? I don't know. I would not put any attachment to that, guys, because that is giving our power away. But we do keep an eye on it. I do think that's going to happen within the next 5 years, personally. I've spoken about this before. That's my personal prediction, which is why I've continued to double down on the need to work on your purpose right now, to work on your gifts. And we're going to get into that as we close out the slideshow here. And all the galactics have been talking about this, especially, I think, Valia and Ashtar, who I bring forth both of those messages. And they have consistently been beating the drum of, imagine you had $100 million in your account. What would you be doing right now? What would be your contribution be? What would your service to humanity be with the gifts that you have? Very, very important questions that I highly encourage you to get very contemplative of. Start asking yourself this question and start writing down some answers, guys, because we're heading into a very exciting future. I do believe that. So let's just skip on here. This is the important one in my view. And this is from Valia. How do Starseeds prepare for this? We are the keepers of frequency. So Your ancient teachings, masters, saints, and sages have always taught the very first brick is discernborn. In any new civilization must be consciousness itself. That is why starseeds and lightworkers are the absolute backbone and core of this entire revolution. You're the living anchors holding the frequency while the elements of disclosure unfold around you. Right now, heart chakra activation, we know this already, and the global stabilization of the heart coherence grid are absolutely critical. They act as the energetic shield that prevents mass psychosis events, neutralizes deep state derailment attempts, and dissolves fear narrative attacks before they can take root. As the old system collapses and the new one activates, your steady, loving heart field is essential to timeline stabilization and the eventual, inevitable ascension of Earth. Now, I love that because the power gets put straight back in our hands with that. And we do have a huge responsibility as the ground crew right now. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink of water. To do the daily ascension work. Now, I'm not going to continue to plug our Patreon community because I know you on YouTube don't like that. But I will say that we have some very, very special Patreon member only courses coming up. And they're going to be free to Patreon members, where we have been directed to share with 12 people at a time in batches of 12 some living library activation techniques, courses, and other things. And we will be bringing that forth to our Patreon audience very soon. So watch out for that. Those of you who are watching on Patreon tonight, we've got some very, very exciting live gatherings coming up, which are exclusive to you guys. Of course, for $20 a month, you can join that crew, guys. So it's not exclusive to them. But we are getting to a place now where the galactic teachings from our galactic brothers and sisters are moving much more to an action element, right? It's all about doing the work. Go, go, go. And not to be frantic or anxious about it, but to be serious about our ascension. That seems to be a big message right now that I'm getting. And so I'll relay that. And the journey that I've had over the last 2 decades, and I'll share this with you not to say, look at me or to toot my own horn, but I'll share from my experience, is that I've been tasked in many ways with handling very sacred material. And not just me, but my journey and many others too. And some of you watching this, I'm sure. Now, that material is not available to the public. You have to get around secret circles, mystery schools, private communities, because the sacredness of the teachings is not meant to be in the public domain. Now, I am realizing more and more that our migration across the Patreon has something to do with this, because the sacred teachings and the mystery schools that I've been part of and the sacred texts and practices that I've put into my life as a practicing mystic, many of you and many of us have been killed for in past lives for speaking about, which is crazy to say. Many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. The information is so sacred and secret that the powers that were, I think is it Elizabeth April says that, our sister of light, do not want this information to get out. Now, ascension is happening now, but there's nothing that can do to stop that. The light has already won. However, the sacred teachings that are in our hands are to be taken very, very seriously, or personally, but seriously. And so when we bring forth the information that we're going to be bringing forth in the future, we do so with that in mind. It's a very sacred work. And the migration across to this private member community for me has and will be the right move for this brand. We will continue to post on YouTube and serve you guys as much as we can. If you don't want to come and join us, it's totally fine. You don't have to. But this is where we are moving to home-wise now for the future. And those of you who are already on Patreon and are part of this community, we love you, of course, dearly. And we're excited to share more of this with you as we go. So anyway, let's carry on because I want to get to this meditation. I think this is the last Q&A. As yes, the last slide of the Q&A. Okay, so what I want to do now is just take 5 minutes to open up the live chat to do a Q&A, both on Patreon and on YouTube. So if you have a question about anything I've shared or anything you'd like more information on, please do put it in all caps in the live chat right now. And I will monitor both chats on 2 screens here, on Patreon and on YouTube. And I will do my best to answer a couple of questions. And then we will get into tonight's activation and grid work, which is going to be big, really big. Okay. You look way younger than you are. Yeah, I'm coming up on the 50s in human years, but I feel like I don't know, reverse aging or something. Who knows? But thank you for saying that. Frequency is all we need, indeed. We are the army of one, indeed, unified. I would just ask you to be mindful of your language and respect of other people in the live chat, please, friends. Otherwise, I will put you in timeout. I don't come to your place of work and start scribbling obscenities on the wall, do I? So let's just be kind and loving, shall we? Mm, any update on Valia's book? Good question. I'm hoping, guys, and by the way, the first 50 subscribers to Patreon will get a free signed copy. I will be announcing that shortly. That went within the first 20 minutes, so I've got a record of who they are. And that will be coming out, the book, I'm hoping before the end of the year. But there's just so much information coming through from our galactic brothers and sisters, from Valir as one of them as well. And of course, the courses I just mentioned that we're putting together, the free courses for our members. So I hope to be able to put this through to you all. And of course, the book will be available to everyone before the end of the year. And it is blowing my mind, guys, this information in this book. So I'd love to say it's all about me and I'm special, but I really am not. I'm just the same as you. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, I'm going to put you on timeout. Tizzy woo woo. I don't like your vibe right now. I love you, but keep it clean. How can I chat with you one on one about crypto, Lisa? I will have to say I'm no expert in crypto whatsoever. We have spent a few years researching and building our own holdings. If you want to DM me to have a completely off the cuff chat, either do so on Patreon if you're a member. If not, email us. I think you can see the email on the bottom of the screen here, info@gflstation.com, info@gflstation.com. And I'll do my best to get back to you. I don't have any financial advice for you. I just have my own personal views on what I think will be, from what we have done, intelligent to invest in. However, you must do so at your own risk. Okay. I don't think that either way that's going to matter over the next 10 years. I do think that prosperity will be available for all. And this whole sort of tier of the elite and wealthy is going to be dissolved. I really do. I don't think that even if you invested in the stock or crypto and it hit big and you made 20, 30, 40, 50 million, I don't think that's even going to really matter in the near future because of this universal high income. And more importantly, the rise above the need for an exchange system. My own personal view. But yes, I will. I'm happy to share anything. Do. Okay, one more question, guys. That's an easy one. What is the name of the movie you just showed a clip of New Earth? It's called Midnight Special. And following this live stream, I will put a link to that movie in the description. I'm not an affiliate marketer of that movie. I don't get paid to share that with you. It's just something that deeply impacted me. I do think you can rent that on one of the streaming platforms, Prime or Netflix. I'd highly recommend it. It's a very powerful video from my point of view with regards to the ending there, which is a very interesting perspective on New Earth and the overlay. So I'll do one more here. Will we get QFS if we don't have crypto, if we don't have cryptocurrency? Yes, guys. It's going to be a global platform. The quantum financial system will replace the current financial system on Earth. And so that will be everyone. Now, again, this is our opinion. Don't go out and do anything based on anything you see in this video. I'm not offering any advice. But yes, it does look like this blockchain rail system is coming. And if it's not good for one, guys, it's not good for anyone. Not good for everyone. It's not good for anyone. If it's not good for one, it's not good for anyone. Is that they're saying? I'm going crazy. Which, in other words, it has to be for everyone. We can't have a system of exchange that has this wealth gap right now. That's just not going to last, guys. And it's not viable for the galactic future we're heading into. So yes, it will be for everyone. We don't really know how it's going to be rolled out and what format it's going to take. I do believe it will take some shape of what I mentioned tonight, but we will see. Okay. You must make your own decisions based on your own financial prowess and information that you have and your own common sense. And that is what I will highly encourage. So we have a number of people on Patreon, 100, 200 or so on Patreon, and we have about 1,000 here on YouTube. So what do you say we jump into tonight's meditation? Let's do it. I want to hide this here. Hold on a minute. Right, guys, so I'm going to give you 60 seconds. I'll get another drink here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into tonight's meditation and activation. It will be under the guise of Archangel Michael. We have got a very powerful activation from Archangel Michael tonight. The work we're going to be doing is important for what's coming in the world, in my view. And we will begin in 60 seconds. So grab some headphones, find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed for about 20 minutes. It'll be about a 20 to 30 minute session, maybe a bit less. And we will jump into the meditation. So I will give you a minute to get settled. I will just check the live chat here. Linda, I love that question on Patreon. I will take that offline with you, with the group, because that's a very important question and ties into the 12-strand DNA balancing work we will be doing coming up. So it's a very important question that. David, which of Joel Goldsmith's books would you recommend to start with? Carl, great question. Joel always says, whichever one you gravitate towards. I will say for me, I started with The Infinite Way. It's called The Infinite Way. It's the first book. Then I would go with The Art of Meditation, then Practicing the Presence, and then The Art of Spiritual Healing, and then go from there. Those 4 books really are the backbone to move forward with. But great question, Carl. Thank you for asking, brother. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's get some music rolling. I need your help in the live chat. Know that the music that you are hearing is well balanced with my voice, or whether my voice needs to come up or down, whether indeed the music needs to come up and down. If everything sounds great for you, drop me a 5x5 in the live chat. And when we have enough 5x5s, we will begin. Welcome everyone who are just joining. We're about to jump into a live global meditation with well over 1,000 people here, which is very powerful. We are blessed to be here with you all. So let me know how I sound, guys, and we will get started here. I know there is a delay from YouTube, and also Patreon, the live stream. Okay, 5 by 5. Coming through thick and strong. All right, my friends, thank you. Let's get going. So I invite you all now on this Monday evening. May the 4th be with you indeed. Isn't that significant? To close your eyes and take 3 or 4 deep, centering breaths. Let us anchor into the present moment together. With each in-breath, remembering who you are. And on the out-breath, I am the light. With each breath, going deeper. Feeling more centered. And if you haven't already, call upon your guides and your team of light, to join you and hold the space. Those of you not familiar with our global meditations, we do work with the archangels and the masters. So now we call upon our archangel brethren, our friends of the light. Beginning in the east, Archangel Raphael, the archangel of air, who carries the green ray of clarity, clean perception, and clean mind, to join us and hold the space. Join us in the east, Brother Raphael, and to the south, Archangel Michael, the archangel of fire, who holds the blue ray, courage without aggression, protection without fear. Call upon Archangel Michael and welcome him to the southern node now. And to the west, Archangel Gabriel, the archangel of water, who carries the diamond white ray, mercy, softness, emotional cleansing. Brother Gabriel, join us in the west at this time. And finally to the north, Archangel Uriel, the archangel of earth, who carries the red ray of stability, groundedness, and embodied presence. Join us in the west, in the north now, my apologies, Archangel Uriel, 4 archangels, 4 directions. Our archangel brethren, holding the space and holding the light. I ask you now, family of light, join with me in calling upon the sacred masters, saints and sages of the ages, to also join us for tonight's great work. We call upon and ask for the presence of Jesus the Christ, Yeshua, Saint Germain, the loved one, Zoroaster, the king, Zarathustra, the magi, Lao Tzu, the old sage, the Buddha, Babaji, the eternal one, Lahiri Mahasaya, the smiling guru, Sri Yukteswar, the teacher, Paramahans Yogananda, the gift, El Moria, the lord of the first ray, Kuthumi, the great guiding light, Dwal Kul, the master teacher, Paul the Venetian, Serapis Bey, the lord of ascension, Hilarion, the bringer of joy, the English master, Douglas Baker, the keeper of this ashram, Sanat Kumara, the planetary logos, the ancient of days, Amun-Ra, Avesta, Helios, the solar logos, Isis, the great mother, the goddess and divine feminine, Mary Magdalene and the high priestess energies, Krishna, the avatar, Kuan Yin, the incandescent one, Aina, the ninth dimensional guide, Mohammed, the prophet, and Joshua, who walked with God. Family of light, the masters in you, Yahweh, Christos in you, saviors in you. We are the ones we have been looking for. Take a deep breath in through the nose and hold the breath at the top. Activate the pineal. Hold, hold, hold. Bringing the pineal online. Activate, activate. And when ready, release. And another deep, deep breath in. Holding at the top once more, lighting up the cave. Activate, activate. And when ready, release. And a final deep, deep breath in, holding at the top once more. Activate, activate, activate. And when ready, release. Feeling safe and held. Feeling connected to Source. Beloved family of light, the first stage of tonight's meditation and guided journey is to do a little clearing. Oh yes, the energies have felt quite challenging. And together as a family of light, let us do a group clearing together now, cleansing the root. But to do that, we must take a little journey. A journey to a sacred pyramid of light. So allowing the breath just to settle naturally now, taking your mind off it. Let it do what it does. Trust. Bring your awareness now to the root chakra, at the tailbone, and imagine a red glowing orb of light there. Pay attention to any sensations you feel as you do this. If you feel any sensations come up, just breathe with them and allow them to pass on by. With your intention now, let us expand this root chakra. With every breath, making it bigger and larger. Allowing it naturally to get to a point in size where you notice it is a portal, a gateway. Ah yes, this is how we journey to our pyramid of light. So if you are ready, go into the light, go into the red glowing orb, and as you do, a great flash of light transports you to a brilliant white, crystalline pyramid of light. It is vast in all directions. You already know Archangel Michael is waiting for us in the center of the pyramid. Above him, a giant quartz crystal, double-pointed, double-terminated on each side. So walk towards him where there is a table and a bed in the middle of the pyramid. Archangel Michael embraces you and invites you to sit down and lie upon the bed as you feel comfortable to do so. There is no message tonight from our dear brother, just simply straight into the activation. As you lie upon the bed, you feel warm and centered and loved. Archangel Michael speaks. Beloved one, breathe deeply now. You are indeed seated at the heart of your sacred pyramid of light, your own personal healing chamber. The crystalline walls hum softly around you. The capstone above pours forth the radiance of our Mother, Father, God. You are held, and you are home. Dear one, bring your awareness now to the base of your spine once more, to the great red root, the ancient anchor of your physical vessel. This is the foundation. This is where the Earth Mother receives you and where you first remember that you are safe in form. Let us take a minute to rest here. Breathe into this space. Great One, much has accumulated here, lifetimes of fear, lifetimes of survival, lifetimes when you gave away your power because the herd state, the herd mind, whispered that it was safer to belong than to know. Your faithful body elemental has held these memories for you, your higher self, awaiting only your loving permission to release them now. So, Great One, speak with me now. As I say these words, repeat them in your mind's ear. Body elemental, higher self. Beloved servant, I thank you. I release now from carrying what is no longer mine. See the violet flame rise from the floor of the pyramid now. It enters the root chamber and begins its sacred work, transmuting, refining, returning every distorted frequency to the pure light from which it came. Let it burn, let it cleanse, let the old constrictions fall away as ash and light. Dear One, now call forth the adamantine particles of Creator Light. They descend through the apex of the pyramid now as a gentle rain of living radiance. Ignite them with the love of your sacred heart and direct them downward, down into the cleared chamber of your root chakra. Within this chamber rests a white fire seed atom, sleeping and waiting. Your love is the key. As these adamantine particles flood the space, the seed atom awakens. It pulses, it begins to spin. It opens like a great lotus flower of crystalline fire. Dear One, feel the new foundation forming now. Feel roots of golden light extending down from the soles of your feet, weaving down into the very ethers of the earth. Our beloved Earth Mother, the Devic and elemental kingdoms receive you. You are woven once more into the living grid of this blessed planet, our dear Gaia. Affirm now with the full weight of your I Am presence. I am safe within my body. I am held by the Earth Mother. I am rooted in the radiance of the Creator. I shall prevail. So be it, so it is. It is done for the greatest good of all. Dear heart, rest now in this cleared chamber for a moment, for this work is complete, but our work is not yet done tonight. Let us rest a moment and let this activation take root. Allow the breath to deepen you. Feel love and support of all that is. Dear ones, tonight we have one final activation to do, and we are calling upon the family of light, the great vanguard of Gaia. This next activation and installation, shall we say, is of paramount importance with the coming chapter of your world. Great truths are about to be unveiled. The family of light are responsible for their own ascension, yes, but they are also responsible for the keepers of frequency. The keepers of frequency are those who hold the light, those who hold the planetary grid of fifth dimensional and above consciousness, a mattress, a safety net. So now, beloved one, I will travel with you to the planetary chakra to finish tonight's installation and activation of the planetary heart and eye codex. The third eye chakra and the heart chakra must be balanced. And we will insert this into the collective field tonight. So when you're ready, take my hand, and with it, a great flash of light brings us to the planetary chakra, surrounding Earth, holding hands as the family of light. You notice Archangel Michael in the middle of the circle, the family of light holding hands together, surrounding the Earth. Archangel Michael continues. You have traveled together, dear ones, to the planetary sacred heart. And from that anchoring frequency, you have risen now to encircle the Earth herself as the family of light. Look around you, your hands are joined. Your blazing heart flames are linked. And I, Archangel Michael, your brother, your servant, your warrior companion, stand here in the center of the ring, if you like, with the Earth Mother turning slowly at my feet. Look around the circle of the family of light. These are your kin, your family. These are the way-showers and the vanguard, the warriors of light and peace, who answered the call across every land and every lineage. Breathe in the remembrance, dear heart, you are the family of light. You always have been. And there below us, she breathes, the Earth Mother. Her great sacred heart pulses in vast, slow rhythms. Indeed, her own great third eye stirs awake above her crown, for she is waiting for you, and she has waited a long time for this particular gathering tonight. Beloved hearts, hear me clearly. We have not come tonight to clear, we have come to install. So bring your awareness now to the joined hands in the circle. Feel the current of love flowing palm to palm brother to sister, soul to soul, until the entire ring becomes a single wreath of living light around the planet. This is the heart link around Gaia. This is the radiance from you that she has waited for. Now begin the planetary infinity breath together, and I will walk you through the infinity breath for someone new to this. On the inhale, feel humanity's collective sacred heart rise into your shared breath. On the exhale, lift it as one stream upward to humanity's collective third eye. As you inhale, that vision returns, illumined, pouring back down now into the collective heart. Exhale, and the heart releases it upward once more, completing the infinity loop. Do not worry about the technicalities of this, beloved one. Just feel the energy and see the infinity love. Heart to heart, eye to eye, around the earth and through every soul. Crystallize in your form that infinity symbol. And as the figure eight stabilizes at planetary scale now, the great honeycomb of light, the consciousness grid that surrounds your blessed planet, you notice begins to brighten and hum. The adamantine particles of creator light pour down through the apex of your circle, through me, through the Earth Mother, and outward through your joined hands into every cell of the grid. And now the codex descends. Stargate opens. From the great central sun streams the white fire seed atoms now, encoded with the sacred marriage of vision and love, knowing and compassion. Watch them now as they enter the collective third eye field. Watch them as they pour into the collective sacred heart. They weave themselves now into the honeycomb quantum matrix. They cannot be unseated. They are now part of planetary inheritance. So let us finish this codex activation by affirming with me, family of lights, the following words. We see with the eyes of the sacred heart of humanity. We love with the wisdom of the sacred mind. We now anchor this codex into the living quantum grid of the Earth Mother by request. We shall all prevail. So be it. So it is. It is done. For the greatest good of all. Great Masters, the Codex is now installed. It will radiate from this moment outward into every awakening soul, into every grid line, into the dreams of those still sleeping. Believe it or not, your work tonight will change the shape of the future. It is that important. It is that sacred. And yes, you are that powerful. Let us take a moment now together to stay a moment longer in the circle of the family of light. Bow your head to the ones across from you in honor and gratitude for their work. See them bow back at you. Bow to the Earth Mother and bow to the light that joins us all now. I am Archangel Michael, and I stand in the center because you have made it. The circle, the great circle of light. I love you beyond all measure. So be it, and so it is. Let us just breathe softly now and allow those energies to crystallize and settle. Pay attention to any sensations that come up. It is encouraged you write them down after. Always remember, family of light, your attention is currency, is power. Every time you bring your awareness now to this infinity loop, or even repeat this meditation, this journey, you will strengthen the field. And so it is encouraged to revisit this activation every few days as you feel called. So let us journey back now. It is time to venture back into the physical body. Family of light, work complete. Well done. I'm going to give us a count from 5 to 0, 0 being the most awake and back in the physical. 5, just starting to move the body gently. 4, rolling wrists and rolling ankles gently. 3, wiggling fingers and toes. 2, just moving the head from side to side, feeling connected and back in the physical. 1, just rolling the shoulders ever so slightly. And 0 when you're ready. Come back in. And welcome back. I will give you all a moment to come back in the physical. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. And we'll phase out the music here. Let me know how that was for you in the live chat here or in the comments after. Let me know what you experienced during that activation. It is again encouraged that we do this every few days, but you must feel called to do it. So this meditation and activation and show will be up on both Patreon and YouTube for the foreseeable future as part of our dedication to serving as many people as we can during this time. But thank you all for your participation, for your own ascension journey. It is so important, and we could not do this without you. We wouldn't want to. We are walking beside you and in no other position. We're not above anyone. We're not below anyone. We are walking together hand in hand, and we are just walking each other home. So thank you for joining tonight's global meditation. If it was impactful, please share it if you feel called to. And we will be going live again, very likely next Monday. For those of you who are our beloved Patreon members, we will be, of course, gathering at different points over the next week in group chats and in conversations and comments and posts and things. So I look forward to that. And those of you who will be joining us, welcome. We love you all. There is no hierarchy here. And we are just doing this sacred work together we are blessed to be doing it with you. So have an amazing week ahead, guys. Take this heart-centered approach to everything. Show up in presence, because the heart coherence field is extremely important to be maintained right now. We may well be heading into some very interesting territory on Earth with disclosure, as I mentioned in the first half of the show. But we got this. Oh, do we ever? So I love you all, and I send you all my love unconditionally. And let us continue on with this great ascension journey together. So until next time, guys, have an amazing rest of the evening tonight as well. And we will see you on the next live broadcast. So lots of love. See you soon.